After the group broke up, Kareem and I pursued my solo career. It was a whirlwind, to say the least. I was so used to being a part of a three-man squad with the group, and I didn't really know what I was capable of in that crew. I felt like I could create, the freedom to create within that group somewhat, especially in the beginning. But as time went on, I realized that my light shined bright, it shined bright. And that's supposed to, in good circumstances, it should be able to, bring out the best, right? And create a healthy competition. But it seemed like the light that I had within me that shined so brightly, it casted a shadow over others. So moving past the group, I had the ability to let my light shine, but I wasn't used to doing it. I still was coming into who I was as a person, let alone as an artist, right? So we pushed on regardless, Kareem and I. So we made some great music, some really good music. We worked with a few other people though, because even though I was a solo artist, I felt like, me personally, I still needed that crutch. I'm not sure Kareem felt the same way, but we knew what we knew, and I knew the group, and Kareem knew working with the group. So we kind of sought out, it seemed, other group situations, right? And we found one that was pretty cool. Great at the beginning, the dynamic was on some Fuji type dynamic, right? It was me, I rhyme, there was another female rhymer, and there was another guy as a guy who sang, right? And they were a couple though. So it seemed cool, made a great song, but there was a dynamic there between those two that clashed because they had some internal issues in their relationship. So it interfered with the group, and we pretty much, I don't know, this is dissolved somehow, just like they stopped reaching out. It was something crazy. Nevertheless, we moved forward, right? I was doing open mics still in the city at the Pyramid, right? End of the week, still there into the city to this day, Alphabet City, I believe it was. Training ground, Mental Supreme, I was sharpening my sword at these places, right? And we were recording still. We worked with a couple people, one in Brooklyn, or two in Brooklyn. A couple producers, engineers, had some great music. Kareem was the resident producer and manager at the same time. He had double duties. We also worked with a good friend of mine, one of my brothers, from another mother, and made some great music together as well. At the same time, we did not find a fit. It just seemed that every collaboration, every group situation, scenario that we found ourselves in, they really didn't work out that well. And for one reason or another, again, life happens, right? So, but we realized that this was our dream. Kareem and I, this was our dream. And we realized that we cannot expect anybody else to work as hard for our dream as us. So we had to do this. We had to do this ourselves. We ended up learning that in the long term. You figure it was about a good 3 to 5 year period there. We learned that, listen, you know what? We're gonna have to do this ourselves. Again, we met some great people, some great connections, some still to this day. Some who are pretty big, right? Right now. At the same time, we realize that this is what it is. It's me and you, Kareem and Mo. That's it, right? So this is our dream. We have to make this happen for ourselves. Yes, we can work with people, but we have to find people who are driven, motivated, self-motivated, right? And determined and willing to sacrifice, you know, make sure that their dream aligns with our dream, so to speak, you know? And at the very least, if we can work with somebody who doesn't have that, hey, they're professional and we can pay them for their services, right? And move forward. So we learned a lot of lessons throughout that time period, a lot of lessons. We fell on our face, you know. We worked with a great producer by the name of George Maynard, right? This is at the tail end of this period, right before that we put out a mixtape called His Story, still out to this day on SoundCloud, right? On Paine Entertainment. That was the label, Paine Entertainment. Before we put the mixtape out, we're putting the mixtape together, recording songs. And George is a great guy. He worked with a few heavy hitters in the industry today. Had a great studio in Jersey City. But George was sick, right? Sweetest soul, one of the sweetest souls I've ever met in life. But he was sick and he passed away. And we pretty much were devastated. Not just because, you know, the music, but this was a great guy. And we saw somebody who, honestly, out of all the people we worked with prior to George, we knew that George was the guy who could bring out within us what we knew what we had to take us to the next level. He was that guy. He believed in us, right? He really believed in us. He had a passion for music, and he passed away. So we had to pick it up and keep moving forward, right? We finished the mixtape, we put it out, but again, me personally, I didn't know my worth. I didn't know my strength. I didn't know how bright my light was. I didn't come into my own yet as a man, let alone as an artist. I was still struggling. I don't think I pushed that mixtape as hard as I could have. You know, it was pushed, but at the same time, I was still trying to find who I was as an artist and as a person. So we moved forward past the mixtape, but we kind of fell off, right? I know me personally, I felt kind of defeated. I felt like, man, here we go again. I'm falling short again, right? So I felt a sense of disappointment. But again, this is what we talk about when we talk about owning your struggle. The road is paved with landmines and pitfalls, right? It's a gauntlet. You gotta navigate it. And throughout this time, we navigated it, but at the same time, we got a lot of injuries, a lot of bumps and bruises and scrapes, right? So, but all those bruises and scars are badges of honor because you have to go through to get through. You know, we learned that everybody who comes with us can't go with us, but we had to push forward. And all those bumps and bruises that we got at that time helped set us up for where we are today in creating Paine Artistry. So we always, coming together with Paine Artistry, it was a no-brainer. You know, it literally happened. Everything clicked because we had already put in the work and the time, right? And the hustle. We made the mistakes. We're still making mistakes today, trust me, we are. But not as many as we did before. And the mantra is own your struggle, right? Pain is life, own your struggle. That's us. Because we have a testimony, we have a story. We lived it, and now we're owning it.